start. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanora Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Chapter 3, verse 7. Yastvindriyani manasa Yastvindriyani manasa Niyamya rabate Arjuna. Niyamya rabate Arjuna. Karmendriyaihi karmayogam Karmendriyah karmayogam Asaktah sa Visheshyate. Asaktah sa Visheshyate. But he who controls his senses through the mind, O Arjun, and engages himself in the path of action with the organs of action and sense without being attached is superior. Underline the sentence, without being attached is superior. I kept on saying all the time about Mahatma Gandhi. He has given the name this Anasakta Yoga, unattached. Do everything, but don't get attached. So, karmendriyaihi karmayogam arambhate. As the term indriyani, of course, stands for all the 10 senses. So, does the term karmendriya denote the 10 senses? If they are taken as the 5 organs of action alone, such as hand, foot, speech, etc., how could action be performed without seeing, hearing and thinking? I mean the karmendriya, gnanendriya, both. Therefore, all the internal and external senses and organs by which action are performed are included as karmendriyahi. Okay, this technicality here. Okay, when an action is performed for the welfare of others without any selfish motive, it is known as karma yoga. Basically, karma yoga means selfless work. Yog, use to join. it should be able to connect the individual soul to the universal soul. That kind of action are expected. So it is called Karma Yoga, or the discipline of action. Okay, Karma Yoga, discipline of action. When a person performs the action for himself, he is attached to the action and their fruit. Yeah, the moment any kind of self-motive or hidden agenda, then the person is going to be attached. If he is rewarded for the action, he will become greedy, dissatisfied, argument. Only this much, I have done so much. Okay. And if it is not rewarded, then he will get angry. So, bottom line is without any attachment. But when he performs these for others, actions and their fruit are related to others, while he is related to God. Yoga, yug to join, it will get connected. He or she will be getting connected. He realizes his real relation with God, and that is eternal. Thus, performance of one's duty according to one's caste, situation, and circumstances, etc., selflessly is the beginning of Karma Yoga. All the time, now and then, it is emphasized that selfless, without any expectation, without any hidden agenda. Now, always the question arises, then we won't get fruit of our action? No. It's not that we won't get the fruit of our action. We will. Only thing, don't expect for it. It will come. It will never be unnoticed. That is for the sure. There is a saying in Gujarati, "Na magyu dodtu aave." If you don't, na magyu dodtu aave. If you demand, then probably you get, you may not get. But then it will bring devaluation. And if it comes without demand, then it's really a gem. So, on the lighter note, one must have command over the demand. Strivers following the discipline of actions are of two types. One, those who are interested in performing action, but their main aim is to attain salvation. Such strivers need not start new action. They have to make proper use of the available circumstances. Secondly, those who are more interested in rendering service to others, in providing comfort to others, and improving the society, then in their attainment of salvation, such strivers can start performing new actions with the aim of doing away with their attachment. Both will be doing, right? But number one, they won't start. Number two, they will, but that in the interest of society, for the betterment of society. In the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna asks Arjun to make a proper use of available circumstances. Most important thing this, okay? Yeah, it is told to Arjun, but it's for you, it's for me, it's for us. It's very clearly mentioned that to make a proper use of available circumstances. We can't wait. Oh man, when that will happen, we'll do. No. You can take this up to any extent. Okay, let's start with our material happiness. Okay. And then I'll refer this to the spiritual development. Say, no, but I am working hard, saving money, I will accumulate, and then once I have enough money, it's always difficult to define enough, especially when it comes to money. When I will have enough money, okay, then probably I will have a tour of USA for 2 months. Now you work from morning to evening, 24/7, 365 days, and you accumulated, right? Now the ticket is 34,000, and by the time you accumulated, okay, after 3 years, it might be 50,000. So now you are short of the money. Instead, okay, this year, this month, I'm just giving an example. Okay, I will say about 10,000, right? 10,000 I want to enjoy. Go to Brits. If you will little more, go to Sabi. If you really want, but to make a proper use of available circumstances. Here, available fund. I am giving example for the material words, happiness. Right? Now, okay, since it just flashed in my mind because we are in Adhik month. Of course, the scripture has mentioned Adhikasya Adhik Phalam. Adhik means more, and Adhik means extra. Whatever you do, right, in the month of Adhik, okay, you will be rewarded in multiply. So the charity, for the example, charity, okay. Oh no, but when I will have enough amount money, I want to have a big yagna, or I want to go on pilgrimage, or I want to do this. Now you accumulate. I wanted and do this. The opportunity is there. Right? When I will have the time, I really want to do 20 mala per day. Okay. When you will have time? For now I have time for 2 mala. Do this. When I will have time, I really want to. I'm for it. I want to read at least one chapter per day. And that will never come. I can read one verse, so be it. Read one verse. Don't go for one chapter. What I mean to say is, Bhagwan has clearly mentioned here to make a proper use of available, underline the word available circumstances. So I have given you an example for both. For the material world, for the spiritual progress, for the spiritual development. So basically it's entirely up to us how best we can make it. Because Arjun had a keen desire to attain the highest good, to attain bliss or salvation. Okay. Sa vishishyate, he who performs actions for the welfare of other, having renounced his selfishness and fruit for action, is superior as his all actions are directed towards the service of the world. You know, in Mahabharata, Yudhishthira has mentioned, Name vak anrutam. Maharaj khotu bola hai isne. So my each and every action should be for the benefit of others. It should be my nature and without any propaganda. The moment, this saying is very famous nowadays because it has got the political weight in India. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Our sages has told this thousands of years back. So the whole world is one. And if we take this, if we understand this, then we don't have to worry about our name or fame or whether it is acknowledged or not. So consider a body, right? Okay. You know, there was something about to go in my eye, right? And if the hand says, but something was going, but I have saved the eye. And is a part of our body. You getting my point? So we need to understand that. The moment we start understanding, okay, doesn't matter if we talk this, we try to understand this, but yes, it is difficult to put in practice. Because just before a while I told it should be my nature, whatever I do for the service of other. Yes, it may not possible overnight, but we can engage ourselves once a month, once a week, an hour in a week, an hour in a month, that we do something certain, and absolutely there is no expectation, but we will still do it for other, and not only for a day or two or one or two times. It should be my nature. It should be my routine of my life. That okay, this particular is done. No expectation, no hidden agenda, and yet I will keep on doing for years together. That it is told here. So as his all action, those developed person, developed soul, maybe it's possible. But whatever we can do, there are plenty platform in the society. Of course, unfortunately, I wouldn't say some of them, almost all are polluted, that provide you to serve the community. I always tell that the word seva or service, how it came. The moment we serve other through some platform, some organization, some institute, be it a religious institute, be it a social institute, it can be anything. To serve, it should be my nature. I should put in practice. Why? That action is going to dilute my ego. Simple example I give you. I mean, there's a function in Mandir. Okay? In our house, we on the table, the food is there, it is served, and we start eating. But there's a function in the Mandir, okay? And we there to serve, dilute the ego. Of course, unfortunately, this kind of all platform became to nurture the ego, the ego, or to feed the ego. Oh man, I'm doing so much and nobody has acknowledged. So there are plenty. The whole, what I'm saying that the word seva came into existence that to dilute the ego. I must serve without any expectation, not to be acknowledged. If it needs to be acknowledged, the authority will do. And if it is not acknowledged, so be it. So be it. That is important. That is important. So, all his possessions and body are also for the service of others. His selflessness is of such a degree that his ego of the sense of rendering service is completely annihilated. Thus, he becomes totally detached and liberated. It looks very simple or small thing, but that takes us to the big opportunity. It's like to drive towards Cape Town, 1,500 kilometers, okay? But we start. It can be 50 kilometers per day or it can be 500 kilometers per day. But if we start, we'll reach there. But if we don't start, we'll never reach there. So it says here, his selflessness is of such a degree that his ego is completely annihilated. Thus, he becomes totally detached and liberated. When a striver resolves to attain salvation, he wants to renounce his actions by regarding these or stumbling blocks to salvation. But the fact is that it is not the action. Underline this sentence. The fact is that it is not the action, but it is the selfish motive in the performance of action. Not action, selfish motive, which is an obstacle. The motive is an obstacle, not the action only. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna declares that a person who without attachment performs actions for the welfare of others is superior to those hypocrites. I told you so many times, very often, in the 16th chapter, the divine quality and demon quality. For the divine quality, Bhagavan has uttered the first word is Abhayam, fearlessness. And when Bhagavan starts to describe about demonic quality, first Bhagavan has mentioned Dambha, hypocrite. Dambho darpo bhimanasya, hypocrite. So here it says that is superior to those hypocrites. Hypocrisy, thy name is civilization. Hypocrisy, thy name is civilization. we know them as a civilized person. Hypocrite man. Who restrain the organs of action but have the sense objects in mind. Even a person who performs action in order to receive its reward, such as heaven, etc., is superior to a hypocrite. Then there is no doubt that a karma yogi who performs actions for the welfare of others without having any selfish motive, always he is superior. In the beginning,
it's 20
of course,
hours.
When it comes to 5th chapter, but it mentioned here, the 5th chapter, Arjun does ask to Bhagavan Krishna to tell him for certain which one of the two sannyas or yoga, renunciation of action, of their unselfish performance is better. And Bhagavan replies that both lead to salvation, but unselfish performance is performance of action is better than its renunciation. Yeah. Instead of giving up, instead of stay away, rather do something, but no expectation. No expectation. And yet, I'll be doing. Yet, I'll keep on doing. Yet, it's my nature that I can't live without doing this. Similarly, here also Bhagavan declares a karma yogi who performs actions for the welfare of others selflessly to be superior, to be the superior. In the striver, if there is eagerness for salvation, there is generosity in his nature and there is compassion in his heart. He gets happy with the happiness of others and becomes sad of others' suffering. You know, most important thing in one's life, to be sad in others' problem or suffering is still easy, relatively. But to be happy in others' happiness, that's really a task. That's really a challenge. And let me say, that's really a test. When I'm saying that really a test, if you really happy in the happiness of others, even once in a blue moon, believe you me, you are on the spiritual path. It's not easy. And we are so used to use the word shame. Shame. So if somebody is dukhi, to be with that still. But if somebody is sukhi, and to enjoy or to celebrate his or her happiness, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. It is expected here. Of others and becomes sad with the sufferings of others. Striver having possessed these three traits becomes eligible for Karma Yoga. Being fit for Karma Yoga easily practiced in Karma Yoga, there is one division of Karma and Yoga. Karma, duty, and one division is of Yoga. Okay. Proper utilization of one's things, power, ability, and rendering service to people, this is duty. By discharging one's duty, there is disunion, disconnection from the assumed union with the world. This is yoga. So, disunion from the world and union with the Almighty. Duty has its relation with the world, and yoga has its relation with the God. Two things. Duty and connection. Connection means all right, Almighty. And duty with the world. What we need to do. What we expect to be done, yes, must be done. Not to question why. In response to Arjun's question why the Bhagwan was urging him to take such a dreadful action as warfare, he replied, no one can ever remain ever for a moment without performing action. Then Bhagwan explained that he who restraining the organs of actions thinks of the sense objects is hypocrite, while he who engages himself in action without expecting any reward is superior. Right. Now, in next verse, Bhagwan orders Arjun to perform his allocated duty. Okay? That will be in the 8th verse. Okay? That definitely we will start from next week. Okay. In today's discussion, whatever you like, credit goes to Almighty, all the scriptures, all the sages, all the scholar, whatever I have heard, I have read, I have studied, nothing belongs to me. We'll be chanting the 73rd verse of 18th verse, followed by the Aarti. नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव